right now the audio is not going to the stream. Like,
it should be all fixed now. I can hear Richard. It should be all fixed. Hear yeah, we heard Richard for 0.2 seconds.
Peggle.
This one. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds all fine.
Alright, so now you guys can actually hear me on stream, thankfully. I'm not that means I'm not sure if we can if stream can hear Britcha.
Hello, Peggle.
Peggle.
Yes, we can hear Richard, yes.
So yeah, now that we can get back going in the run, okay, so this is kind of awkward. We did got a nice bounce here, thankfully. I completely forgot what this looks like. So
Well, should we start, like, should we explain Peggle? Or, I mean, a lot of people here know about Peggle.
Sure, like, nah, we can explain Peggle. There's definitely some other people from the marathon here,
Yeah,
so...
well, so yeah, if you don't know about Peggle, you have to clear the 25 orange pegs on screen to advance to the next level, and to do that you have a few things to help you. Like you have the purple, which is the the point boost that can help you in getting points, which can then get you free balls through the multiplier on the right side of the screen. As you can see, it goes up to ×2, ×3, ×5, and when you hit a certain amount of points, 25,000, you get a free ball, and 75,000 2 free balls, etc. And also you have the greens, and those give you a special power to use. And normally you'd be getting various powers because there are 10 masters in the game, so you have 10 different powers to work with. But we're doing the Claude % run, so we're stuck with Claude, the lobster. Yeah, he's so for speedrunning, he's not exactly very helpful. Casually, he's quite good. He can, he can take your time and slowly, do like what Brush did there and like hit the ball up into a bunch of pegs. But when you're speedrunning, he constantly can like get in the way. His flippers just keep being in the way of you to try and get into the bucket or to finish your shot quickly, and you can waste time by bouncing around the ball for too long. So it makes it quite a tough speed run. At least a tough one to like get a good time on, because a lot of the other masters we've managed to get like sub-hour with Claude is still one that we're currently not able to get to sub out. The best is George with 103.54. I think that was with like a flawless run or or maybe one loss. So it is quite hard to be quick with this master.
So for this level in particular, maybe the more seasoned Peggle watcher will notice that I'm struggling a little bit with this level. Basically, usually for most levels we start off with set strategies, because while the colors of the pegs are going to be random, the positions of the pegs will not be, and the physics engine of this game is also deterministic. So if we can get the same input every time, then we're gonna get the same shot every time if we start out with that. So for example here, I want to aim on this specific pixel. And then I'm gonna do that shot again, and that's gonna clear out a good chunk of the right side of this level, which is a really nice thing, since this level tends to be a bit tough.
Yeah, this is gonna be a run killer level.
In any percent, this level is pretty tough if you play it with Jimmy. With Claude in particular, I'd say the other Jimmy levels all get quite a bit harder actually, because there's some set patterns that you can take advantage of in adventure mode that we don't actually have access to here. So here we can get a very wicked strat here. We can get most of this slide here. Again, this level would be very hard if you don't have access to the strat.
Yeah, and also like there are various masters that you could use on this level, and if you hit the green, they'll actually make it so you can't really do the opener anymore. But thankfully Claude doesn't actually affect anything at the top, so he doesn't ruin the opener and allows you to still do it here, which is nice.
There's one thing that Claude tends to ruin though, and that is basically what we call the bucket timings. The bucket that sort of goes back and forth. If the ball lands in there, then you get that ball back. Which is a pretty helpful thing to be able to like actually beat levels, but you can kind of see that with the when the flippers become active, the movement of the bucket's gonna change. So basically, if we do a certain strat and it wants us to, and it would normally want us to time the ball bucket to be all the way to the right when we fire. It can be different if the strategy then ends up hitting a green.
Yeah, and getting back the bucket is less important at the start, although for this level, getting the bucket and getting free balls back is quite important because this is quite a tough level.
Yeah. You may have noticed
often reset this level.
You may have noticed that this is the first level that introduces moving elements outside of the bucket, obviously. And that makes this level quite a tough one when you're starting out, because again, Jimmy is a very normally you play this with Jimmy, who is a very mediocre master, I would say. I have I sort of made a. I decided like sort of beforehand that I was gonna donate £3 for every time I die on a level. So yeah, currently the counter is on £3.
Nice.
Oh, that's not. I didn't quite do that strat right, but sometimes this level can get annoying if you don't get the strats, but
So we're on the cat levels at the moment, the stage 3, and these levels you usually are using cat, who is the worst master for most people, because he's the slowest and gets in the way a lot with his pyramid, where he changes the bucket to a pyramid. But however, his levels are some of like the easiest now because of how many strats we have for them. We have very strong strats for most of these levels now, so you don't have to worry so much about what master you have.
I did not get time to practice this pixel. So normally that shot would look quite wicked. You can get like 1.5 of these bars in the middle. Actually, I'm starting to get in trouble a bit. So when I'm like at a point where I might not be able to clear the level, what I can do is I can go for these free ball skills. Basically just trying to bounce the ball off of one peg and then that's not right at all.
But yeah, when it comes to speedrunning the game,
and was clean.
doing those free ball skills, like, it can slow you down, but it is much more valuable to slow down and like finish the level like that than to lose the level and then have to like do everything over again, like doing the opener and clearing everything again, because that usually will like eat 1 minute or more of your time, whereas just taking like 20 or 30 seconds to do some free ball skills, shooting the pegs into the bucket, is a lot safer.
So yeah, we've sort of arrived at what's kind of a very annoying level usually. On top of this level being pretty tricky to actually beat, we also have to deal with not losing too much time on these moving paddles. It takes a lot of experience to sort of know which shots you can go for, that they're not gonna get stuck on the sides on this level too much.
Yeah, like Brass has done the right thing in this level and cleared most of like the left and right sides, because those are the ones that get stuck behind the poles. So most of it's now in the middle, so you can focus on that and not be obstructed much. This level's quite straightforward, and also there was no need to even touch the greens for this level.
So you in the early game you sort of get a lot of levels which can be pretty tricky casually, but basically if you since we have strats that can take out like most of the big structures that we encounter, these levels tend to be very forgiving in speedruns. From this point onwards, we're gonna start seeing a bunch of levels that are gonna be quite a bit tougher, though. Mostly because, again, some levels are just full of moving elements, such as these. That's not right. So for this level, I would say flippers can be reasonably useful to get like extra oranges in the big ring here, especially since I kind of like accidentally ended up playing a layout that has like way more oranges on this on the moving ring than usual. Okay, so this is kind of nasty, so didn't work this time. What I was trying to do is I was trying to stall out the level a bit so that I could get the point boost to spawn like in the top area, because there is a trick where I can do where I can get sort of the entire top left slide at once.
Yeah, and I noticed you also had like bucket timing to do the L shot, so you didn't waste a ball trying to open up the ring on the top left.
I'm not gonna lie, that one was a bit improvised.
Oh, okay.
I think at some point I made note of it, but you can never quite. It's kind of rare that you end up making use of it, because it's that shot's also sort of dependent on what's sort of left in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
But as you can see, if we get a bit less moving oranges, then this level is fairly doable. But if you thought we were done with moving elements, then you'd be wrong.
Well, Claude could help you in the other level. Claude can barely do anything really in this level, because the flippers are just in a really useless spot. You can get a little bit, but like, there's not really much use from him. And there's going to be like a bunch of levels like that throughout the run.
Okay, I got quite lucky there.
Nice.
Let's try doing this. Okay then, I'll take it.
Okay.
So I'm for this level I am sort of trying to get those kind of full rotations. Get sort of the ball fully stuck in the rings like you saw in the beginning. It kind of looks slow, but especially the top rings tend to get in the way a lot if you don't deal with them efficiently. And the level is just really hard in general.
Nice.
Alright, thankfully we've been through it pretty easy. We've been through it pretty nicely. This one's really annoying.
Yeah, once again, this is another level where Claude's not particularly helpful with where he's positioned.
Alright, I got something pretty good out of it now that the level's opened up a bit. Ooh. So we've now arrived at Claude's own levels. For this level you can casually like abuse the flippers a lot to get pretty big shot. To get pretty big shots here, but for the speed run we can just pull out our bag of tricks to get a few slides at the beginning.
Yeah, Claude's levels now have quite a lot of strong strats now, so these levels can go by quite quickly. And since you're forced to use Claude in any percent, like you need help to make it go as fast as possible, since his power doesn't help so much. But these levels are designed to act like for him. Woo! Fish.
Hey, so everyone say hi to everyone. This is Gerald. I don't know where Gerald got his name from, but it's there.
Helios, I think, is who named him. And also in development, because we learnt from Brian, who is the person that developed Peggle Deluxe, he actually, the name of it during development was Fish Bumper, and he also said that he liked the idea that Fish Bumper is like his last name, and that Gerald is his first name.
Gerald Fish Bumper.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Ah.
But oh no. Yeah, Gerald is pretty unique since he's the only, like, obstruction like that. There's not really many, like, obstructions in the game. And he's just... But there he is.
I guess, there's not that many obstructions that have, like, this kind of fancy behavior. Like,
Yeah.
going back and forth when you hit him, and the fact that he wiggles around a lot. Alright, guys. I actually got pretty lucky that I could beat a level like that. So unfortunately, so this level is a bit on the tough side. It's a bit of a weird level that I feel like this level just manages to be hard no matter which master you play it as. Compared to most levels, Claude is, I would say, pretty alright on this one.
Yeah, he's one of the more helpful ones for this level. Yeah, this level's quite rough. We can't really get any, like, significant openers for this level. You can sort of clear the top sides, but you can't really, like, time the bucket or anything. Since there's that moving wave in the middle of the level. Like, the best way to approach it is to try and clear all the moving ones first, and then just be left with the static ones, which you know you can shoot into the bucket one by one. But yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I got pretty decent luck there, so that's nice. Actually, I'm gonna do this. There is a chance that if I just get the ball in the ring, that it's gonna that when it falls through, it's gonna hit the remaining orange. But I don't really want to take the risk if 3 pounds is on the line.
Yeah, and so what Brass did there is he delayed shooting into the ring until the point boost was in there, since it changed after every time the ball, like the shot finishes, or it's gone in the bucket or into the the abyss, the point boost will go in a different spot, and Brass waited by doing 3 balls into the bucket and waited for it to be in there, and then took advantage of the multiplier being at its highest, so only needing to hit about 4 blue pegs with the point boost to get a free ball, in case the shot didn't actually land and fall down on that one orange.
Alright, thankfully I got through this level nicely. It can be a bit of a troll. Also, wait, I'm playing Claude, so I should be paying a bit more attention to this. Alright, I'll try from here. So we have a very wicked strat that we can go for. Alright, I got it. Nice.
Hey, nice. But yeah, what Ross did there is wait until there were no greens on the slides, so that, because if he did hit a green during the slide, he wouldn't have been able to get all three, because Claude's flippers would have like got in the way of the slide, like broken the slide of what pegs are in that spot, and so it would just fall and do nothing. But it makes the level super easy when you get all three sides.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the challenge that you have to deal with if you're doing a run like this, where you have to be very mindful of what the master can do and how it can ruin strong openers, and play around that.
It could have been really annoying to get that that back at the bottom. Thankfully I did not get trolled by it. So there on the right, on the second shot, there was a sort of there was a pretty strong strat I was going for, but I didn't quite hit the right pixel this time. That one's kind of tough to hit because you since I have to like go since I have to like aim at on the sidebar, you don't really have a clear cue of what the altitude of the mouse of the cursor should be.
That's a good shot. I haven't seen that one before. Because the main thing in this level is that there's that sort of V shape in the middle of the level, and that is always blue. The pace can only be blue there, so there's just a bunch of junk that's in the way of you actually getting to the pegs that you need to hit. So you sort of waste shots trying to open it up. So that strat's really strong, how it clears all of that, or at least on one side.
Yeah, this this used to be like a super deadly level in like some of the harder individual master runs. Now it's actually pretty forgiving, I would say. Alright, I go here. Of course, that's like the one pack that I don't get when I do that. Okay, not too bad this one. So now we've come to a set of levels which are mostly incredibly annoying. Especially on this level, because of the moving windmills, there's like there's actually like very little you can do in terms of strats.
Yeah, these levels are where the difficulty sort of goes up, and this is where runners will start to like lose levels and their runs will die at some of these levels.
By the way, do you know what the counter's at now? The death counter? I know I died once on, I think it was 2-2, and then once on 4-2, and then I think there was one Claude level where I also died, but I don't remember which one.
Oh, and Gerald. So 3 then.
Like,
and
okay.
Also hi Hugh.
Yeah, so this caterpillar here, this is Huey. I think he got the name Huey sort of stuck because of a one of Poetry's longtime viewers.
Yeah, one of his friends was commentating his run, said that if you want to have luck during your run, you need to make sure to say hi to Huey, or you'll be cursed with bad luck.
So yeah, this was one normal level that we get up to here, and after this, almost every level is gonna be pretty cursed.
Yeah. Huey's the last sort of like normal, simple level.
Alright, thankfully this by sort of sheer chance, Claude's actually like one of the stronger masters here. Just because the shape of this level is just right to be able to use the flippers on like the actual hardest part of the level. Actually, we can see Actually, car levels also kind of like that.
Yeah, he can be helpful for like the full clip on that level.
So we've now arrived at car level, which I think that has. I think this now has one of the coolest strats in the game, and I didn't get it. If I had a stronger master, I would consider playing this, but I think with Claude, it's better to just try it again. So yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking of earlier. We can okay. So now I got the strat properly.
But yeah, normally in this level, what causes the most issue is the wheels of the car, since they're closed off by all those bricks, so you have to dig your way into them. But Brass has used Claude really well to just bounce up into them and deal with them mostly. Nice.
Oh, I should be doing this. So yeah, ending on one of those road bricks can always be a bit annoying, because that means you gotta do something funny to like avoid really slow bounces at the end. I really don't like having flippers now. Probably should have reset this. I can get these two in the bottom, and then potentially messing up that slide's gonna be fine.
You know, the other levels Claude could actually help with his position, but on this level he's more in the way, since usually the ball is going to either the left or right, and you want to time that with the bucket if you can to get a free ball, but his flippers are in the way, so you can't do that. So that's why this is...
So yeah, that was just a massive disaster. Alright, I think this one's gonna be playable. Wait, ugh. Alright, that was kinda alright. Maybe if I can just stall one out like this. That didn't quite work, but does mean that I can start chipping away these bits. Alright, so we're now at the Warren levels. Warren is a bit of a silly character, so we get very silly levels. Alright, thankfully I didn't fail that twice. I completely forgot what this looks like. Hang on. Was it this? Not quite. But missing the second one is not such a such a huge deal, I would say. Like, this is gonna be slow, but resetting's probably gonna be slower.
Yeah, Claude's not the worst here since he can hit stuff on the left and right and also bounce it back into the middle.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I guess missing the strat here is not that bad with Claude as opposed to with a lot of the other masters. Like usually, even with strong masters, you tend to be a bit dependent on just getting things to connect here. Like even if you get a strat.
This level's not so bad with Claude. He can bounce things back into the middle. Since normally you clear the...
I would say this level wouldn't be like the worst normally, but I haven't been paying attention, so
Yeah.
I kind of gave myself a terrible shape to work with on the left. Alright, maybe if we go. Nice.
Yeah, without help, this level can be quite rough.
Wait, I am gonna reset that. So fun fact, this shot here is the is, as far as I know, the oldest properly pixel perfect strat that has been that has actually been seen use. I think it was somewhere like May last year, where people were sort of starting to take pixel shots seriously.
Is it older than the 4-1 mountain shot?
No, but that one has 2 correct pixels.
Yeah.
So it's not pixel perfect.
Yeah.
In the literal sense.
Yeah, these levels would normally be a lot more of a struggle, but thankfully we have these openers that can get into these brick layouts, since they're all closed off.
Good bit of extra coverage there. Now, oh, I was almost scared that I missed that.
I got
Wait, I did them in the wrong order.
Yeah. Yeah, these are Cinderbottom's levels, and his power is the fireball, which blasts a fireball through all the pegs that it touches. So that's really powerful for like brick layouts, since they have a big hitbox. But we're using Claude, so we don't really have much help with these big brick structures.
Yeah, you're gonna see, especially these levels are a bit over-engineered for Cinder, which makes them really tough, tough to deal with in the individual master ones.
This level's thankfully not so bad. Like, this one's alright for like any master really, since it's just like a pretty straightforward level that has some pretty strong openers. But the next level is one that really wants you to use Cinder on it.
Yeah, especially 9-3 is basically the Cinderest of Cinder levels. And you're gonna immediately see why, how that could be. That was not a good idea. Oh, I got really lucky there.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I probably would have shot it over the top right and just hoped. But yeah, that was really good. I was really lucky.
From this one on +6.
But yeah, as you can see, this is the level that is like completely designed for Cinder specifically to shoot a fireball through those big brick structures. And we even have like a strat now that can bounce that fireball through like most of that. But with any other master though, it's pretty rough. But Brass has strats here which pretty much get the ball wedged into it and slowly makes its way through there, so now the level's pretty straightforward to finish now. But normally this would be an absolute pain to do if you didn't have strats like that. Nice, wow.
So here we get another pretty weird looking layout. Casually, it is actually pretty hard to play with Cinder as well, because it's really hard to find strong fireball shots here. Of course, in like any percent speedruns, we basically know what fireballs we want to go for every one of those levels.
That's really clean though.
Yeah, that was pretty clean.
Yeah, like the main issue in that last level is if there are orange pegs that are low down, you have to dig your way down to the bottom, and it's not that easy to get free balls in that level. Yeah, this level looks quite tough because this is made for Cinder to shoot fireballs through those big clumps of pegs, but we thankfully have strats that you can get the ball wedged into there and slowly make your way down, like with 9-3. Thankfully, when you do get the ball wedged in the clumps of pegs, there's often enough points there to be able to get back a free ball. Unfortunately, there wasn't in that top left one.
So I've been trying to like get sort of this structure in a shape where I can actually like dig through it efficiently, because there's a bunch of orange pegs underneath this bit that I needed to hit. Bit unlucky.
Oh no.
I think the first thing that went wrong is that that the strats got ruined on the right side.
Yeah.
I could also just stall out a bit to set up multiplier.
Yeah, so Brass is hitting oranges to get the multiplier on the right up. And then this should give back a free ball. There should be plenty of points now. Nice.
Alright, this time I got quite a bit luckier in generation, I would say. Although,
yeah.
Actually, I don't have quite a dirt. Okay, I have 3 balls, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest hurdles apart from the final 5 levels when it comes to doing individual master runs like this. Yeah, that guy in the chat, mind you, he's the one who made that shot that gets the middle bit. Because yeah, that's really helpful to have a shot that clears the pegs in the middle, since they're underneath that moving obstruction. So having something that can make sure that you aren't left with that at the end and then having to figure out ways to bounce into there is really helpful. I mean, it's still not free yet, since there is like that one peg that's almost, well,
you can directly hit this,
actually.
but
Yeah.
the window is not entirely free.
Yeah, so you just have to make sure to time it correctly.
Alright, looks like got it pretty easy. And now this level is just a bit rude. Actually, I'm gonna reset this because I got so many oranges on the side. That's usually not exactly a good omen.
Yeah. You usually want to. It's nice to have oranges inside this structure so that you can get the ball stuck inside of it and then hopefully hit enough points there to get back a free ball so you don't waste the shot and you clear a ton of stuff.
Okay, this is actually way too janky to do anything with.
Yeah, so it would be
nice.
good to get in. Nice, there you go.
So usually I try to clear a bit more of the outer shell so that you get, so that they are less in the way when I go for the middle part. But this time my first two shots were kind of ended up being weird. So didn't really have a way to sort of make room efficiently. But thankfully it worked out pretty well this time.
Yeah, this level's not so bad with Claude since he can help with the fact that there's the portals in the way, so there's often stuff at the bottom that you need to get, like Brass just did there. But at the same time, he did also get in the way of the opener, so Brass didn't get a free ball from that. Yeah, nice.
I think I can just get these directly. Nice. So this level, there's just a lot of junk we gotta deal with, but thankfully we have pretty strong strats. And then this one, if I can get it. Yeah, it doesn't get quite a lot immediately, but it does open up this big structure on the right nicely.
Yeah. It's a pretty good generation because that middle bit, there's those pegs that are next to the bricks, and it can be quite rough if the oranges that you need to hit are the bricks underneath those pegs, because then you have to dig first to get to them. So that's helpful. But it is still pretty rough. There's a lot everywhere, but thankfully it should be alright. Like there, Brass needs to dig to get to that brick there. So that's what can make this level quite tough.
Ooh. I did not get lucky enough here. What's the play here?
Bucket bounce. But...
Let's try something funny. Hey, nice.
Hey. So that's a rare time where Claude could be really helpful if you use it really strategically, but that is really tough to do. And now welcome to Zenfrog. This level is
Zenfrog.
Yeah. However, funnily enough, Claude is one of like the best masters for this level, specifically though for the full clear of this level, of hitting every single peg in the level.
I'm kind of wondering how we're doing in terms of estimate.
We're at 107 at the moment.
Alright, I think 107 isn't quite enough time. I wanted to give the full clear on this level a shot, but
yeah, that would have been a flex. Brass is one of the best, or probably the best, at doing this full clear with Claude. A lot of us struggle to do this.
That should be fine.
But yeah, normally this level would be, this is often a run killer level because of just having so many pegs and they're all moving constantly and you have to dig for so much stuff. It can be really rough, but Claude is quite helpful, thankfully. But in other items, other individual master runs, it's very rough. This level would be quite difficult, but we thankfully have these really strong strats that clear like a ton of these curves.
This is probably the single strongest strat in the game. Although, actually, wait. Yeah, I just noticed like the ball doesn't actually clear out, so you get.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
You're still counted as being on the flipper, so you after doing that strat, when flippers are active, you don't have you need to get out of there yourself. Alright, so for Claude, I would say this is probably the hardest of the master levels. Or at least in the speedrun, I would say. In practice, I didn't hit this one properly. I missed it again, nice. I'll just have to improvise, I guess.
Yeah, now we've made quite a lot of strats for this level, so now you can pretty much clear this level with pixel shots like that, where the ball, you line it up and then the ball will slide down the whole of these lines. But they are quite tough to line up all of them. True, yeah, currently the full clear world record for this IL for this level is with Claude now. Because that's how strong like the openers are, since they just clear all of those lines. Yeah.
Let's restart this. Alright, I'll take this.
Yeah, this level isn't the worst with Claude, since your main issue in this level is trying to get down to all the pegs underneath, since the only way you can directly hit them is through that small middle bit. But mainly you're trying to shoot through the left and right portals that you see at the top, and that comes out of the UFO. Thankfully, we have, like, Brass has these strats to clear a bunch of stuff at the bottom with down shots, where you put the cursor at the middle of the character portrait at the top, and it makes the aiming line go directly down, and then you tap from there. Yeah, Claude can be of some use, since his flippers are down there, so he can bounce you use it correctly like that, you can bounce into the stuff that's down there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good.
I'll just have to tackle this one. Nice.
And this is the penultimate level. Claude is not so bad, but the thing is we do have some pretty strong strats, so he does ruin bucket timings. But
let's just do this now.
it's a pretty decent generation. There's not any orange, like the main issues for this level are oranges being in the top left and right, underneath those, like, those obstructions at the top, and any pegs that are down the bottom underneath, like the yin-yang obstruction. Like this one's a little rough since it's slightly covered.
Ah!
Oh no.
I think what I should have done is just do the strat immediately. So most of the time when I play this level, I sort of delay going for that strat on the right, because it saves setup time if you can, like, if you can do like the first shot normally. And I would say in most cases I'm pretty confident at this level. It's a hard level, but one you can, like, get pretty skillful at.
Yeah. Yeah, top right can be tough if you don't know how to bounce off of the middle to get to those, but Brass does. Oh. Yeah, these are rough ones.
I think it's this big.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. And yeah, here's the final level, the Helix.
So I'm gonna give this a few tries, I think.
Yeah. So this current strat is the one shot, which you put the cursor there on that glint of the peg, and time it to. There's 3 frames that work here, and they're not even next to each other either. They're in, like, sort of the general area, but yeah, so it's quite tough to time this correctly. But it is really good if you can get it, because it saves a bunch of time potentially of... Oh yeah, there you go.
That didn't take too many attempts.
Yeah. So there is alternate ways to go about this, like there's a tap opener that you slowly shoot at it, and break your way into the Helix, but it can bounce out of that, so you could set that up for like 30 seconds or longer, and then have it fail, and you'd have to start over again. But with the one shot, you can do like a good amount of attempts in that time, and like, yeah, there you go.
Alright, time. So yeah, that was the run. I'm pretty satisfied with it, given the circumstances of this.
Yeah.
You know, you guys already saw we had a bunch of tech issues at the start of the run. And on top of that, today I've just been given a bit of a tough deal, so there's that. And I hope you all enjoyed the run, and I'm not 100% sure after this. I think it was it was that dolphin game. I forget what it's called. I don't have the
Wretch Depths is next.
But yeah, I think if my memory serves me correctly, I think that puts the death counter, the final death counter, at 6. So
yeah, that's what I counted.
You're gonna see an 18-pound donation sometime soon, and good luck on the rest of the marathon, everyone.